Good evening once again, guys. I wanted to take this opportunity to do another episode of What's in the Box. And for me, this is a pretty special episode. Why? Because we don't see a lot of new releases from Tamiya these days, especially in the 135th Armor series. There have been a few this year, the Nashorn, which came out earlier in the year. There's been a couple. And I'm really pleased and excited to share this with you guys. This is a kit that just came out within the last few weeks. So this is a brand new Jagdpanzer IV 70. That's the caliber of the barrel. That's the length of the barrel. The V, which stands for the Vomag, that's the manufacturer. Long, meaning just the long barrel that you see here in the box art. And it's Sonderkraftfahrzeug 162-1 or /1. That would be the vehicle variant. And this was a Panzer IV variant Jagdpanzer or hunting tank, or tank destroyer as we would know it in English, equipped with the awe-inspiring KWK-42, which stands for Kampfwagenkanone 42. That's the same gun, guys, that was mounted in the Panther, and it was a spectacular weapon, superior to the KWK-36, which was the 8.8 centimeter gun mounted on the Tiger, although not superior to the KWK-43, which was mounted on the Tiger II. This gun had a flatter trajectory than the older 88. Could penetrate just as much armor, if not more, at 1,000 meters. It would fire basically a solid shot. Now, this information I'm giving you came from Ian Hogue's German artillery book, which has actual terminal ballistic data in it from the different ammunition types. But this gun could fire a solid projectile, the APC-BC, or armor-piercing cap, ballistic cap, standard AP round the Germans issued, at roughly 3,200, 3,300 feet per second. I'm sorry, my buds across the pond, I don't know what that would be in meters per second. And it would easily penetrate 100 millimeters of frontal armor at 1,000 meters, and I think it's a 45-degree angle. So this thing would make mincemeat out of a T-34. Just a super gun with state-of-the-art sighting equipment. It did have quite a bit of frontal armor. This mantlet here is known as the Saukopf mantlet, which in German means pig's head or sow's head. I do want to point out that this is a completely new toolkit. This is not the old Jagdpanzer IV Lang from the 70s vintage kits. It's all new tooling. Really a nice little kit for the money. Even the suspension parts are new in this model. Comes with a couple of torso crew figures, and I want to point out that one of the things that was unique to this vehicle is because this gun was so heavy, much heavier than the Panzer IV chassis was originally designed to handle. The two front road wheels were steel road wheels because they would just destroy the rubber tires because of the additional weight. I wanted to point that out. Now that is also accurately depicted in the kit. So, what do we have? We'll look at the exterior of the box. We have beautiful color box art in traditional Tamiya style. We have some nice pictures here. Additional box art, some stuff in Japanese, I apologize. And even some minor painting instructions for the tan and water color or camouflage scheme of the two crew members. On this side, we have another late war 3-color scheme. By the way, I want to point out that this is a late version, which means no Zimmerit. This is like a September 1944, so at that point they were not using Zimmerit any longer, so you don't have to model Zimmerit on this vehicle. I do think it's a little odd they didn't include side skirts, but I think there'll probably be some aftermarket pretty soon that you could use if you so choose. So let's go ahead and open this kit. Tracks, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues and a couple of separate hull parts, instruction sheet, and a really nice painting and marking guide. Here's decals. I'll go ahead and set this aside. Now we're going to do a quick look of the plastic, and I'm going to do this in no certain order. So I want you guys to be able to see this, and I thought I might actually flip my cutting mat over, might give us a little more contrast and maybe not quite so distracting with the white lines. So this first sprue contains appears to be some of the upper superstructure parts, the mantlet, some of the gun assembly parts, cleaning rods, some of the on-vehicle equipment tools. I'm seeing the track puller, fire extinguisher, wrenches, really nice looking jack, track tensioning tool, the manual starter, and a one-piece slide molded barrel. No seams. Yay, fantastic. But I've also got an upgrade set when I get toward the end of the review that I'm going to share with you guys as well, because they're actually selling an upgrade set to this kit. So you guys can take a look at that. There's some really nice looking cast texture on this mantlet. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Oops. And let you guys take a better look at some of this detail. I hope you can make out the really nice cast texture on that mantlet. There's some additional cast texture here as well, and even casting numbers. I don't know if you can make that out or not. There's casting numbers right there. Very well done. Here is that. I'm zoomed in a little too far. Oops, sorry. So there's the slide molded barrel that we talked about. The on-vehicle equipment, the tools look really good. Let me zoom in a bit for you so you guys can see this in a little better detail here. Nicely detailed. As with any new Tamiya kit, it's state-of-the-art, crisp moldings. There's no flash to be seen anywhere, and the parts just look fantastic. So, all right. Now the next sprue. Initially, when I saw this, I thought this perhaps these sprues rather, had been carried over from the earlier Panzer IV kits that Tamiya had made. They make an Alf's H and an Alf's J. But verifying the actual production dates on these sprues, they're 2014. These are brand new. So these are all new sprues. These also have the steel road wheels that I talked about that go in the front of the vehicle. Since these are identical, you don't need to see both, but I'm going to zoom out for you just a bit. Try to line this up. There is some amazing cast texture on this main drive housing, which is right here. It's beautiful. These 4 bolts that attach this to the hull, they look really good. But the cast texture is wonderful. The drive sprocket is as crisp and finely detailed as styrene can get. The leaf springs also and these suspension arms look great. Really, guys, this is state of the art. Now, one of the things that's also unique about this kit, so you're automatically thinking, oh, it's Tamiya, it's new, it's expensive. It's not. I actually bought 2 samples of this model. And one of them I bought from HobbyLink Japan. The other one I bought from Lucky Model. The one from Lucky Model was $30.99 plus shipping. And I think they charged me about $16 for the shipping. The HobbyLink Japan kit, however, was only $25.99. And the reason why I mention this, and I'll put a link up in the description, is that the dollar to yen rate is the lowest it's been in about 7 or 8 years. So you can get some really, really good deals from HobbyLink Japan right now. Because of that. It was only $25, and I think they only charged me 12 or 13. Now, they do it all in yen, but it's easy enough to convert. There's a really neat Google currency converter that does the daily exchange rate, which is very handy to use. All right, now the next sprue, you'll notice separate fenders. And there's the torso figures. These, by the way, look very detailed. The top of the superstructure. Now, I did mention earlier that the V stands for VOMAG, which was a manufacturer. Now, that's actually an acronym. I apologize, I don't remember all the parts of the acronym. The A, there was a Jagdpanzer 470A, which stands for Alket. The Alket version actually had a taller superstructure, and you can tell that one because it's kind of weird looking. It gives it a much taller silhouette. I think this vehicle would have been more effective in combat because of its lower silhouette. But really nice looking fenders, no anti-skid texture. There are some ejector pin marks, but these are not going to be an issue because they're not where they're going to be seen. These little side skirts go back up here, go on the top of the engine deck that protect the engine intake parts and such. But let me zoom in and let you guys get a better look at this sprue. You can go to full screen if you want to be able to see these a little better. Really nice looking fabric and uniform detail in these figures. I have no complaints there. All right. That was really technically the last sprue. Let me go ahead and zoom out just a bit. And the next thing we're going to do is look at the upper hull piece. Once again, an all-new tool. And it has some really, really nice looking weld beads where the front armor plates go in. Some really nice looking bolt and rivet detail. Guys, I really think this is, once again, you know, it's new Tamiya stuff. Let me zoom in for you guys just a bit. So you can get a nice, good look at the detail here. And if you can see the, oops, I can't, still have a hard time with nice looking weld seams here where those armor plates interconnect. Front detail. Nice looking molding. And there are a ton of polycaps with this thing. That's going to be for the road wheels. That makes it easier to pop the road wheels off and on for painting. The little polycaps bag is right here, so no surprises there. Ton of polycaps. A brand new one-piece hull tub, and look at the detail on the bottom. And you'll notice no motorization holes because Tamiya no longer does that. They haven't done that since the late 80s. They are motorizing some stuff now, but they're not initially designing it for motorization. Really good looking detail here on the sides. And just that wonderful detail on the bottom. That's as good as any Dragon kit I've ever seen. So that, basically, guys, that is the plastic. That's what comes in the kit. Now, decals. Very simple, 2 sets of numbers and a couple of Balkan kreutzes. I don't think I really need to pull that out to show you. Now, Tamiya has been doing this lately. I hope they continue doing it. It comes with a beautiful, let me zoom out. Full color painting and marking guide with historical background information. Now, recognize these photographs. These are the Jagdpanzer IV that is at the Aberdeen Proving Ground, the U.S. Army Ordnance Museum, which I've been to. Although my understanding is they have moved this to Fort Lee, Virginia. And check this out, a really nice painting guide for the camouflage uniforms of the crewmen. That's that tan and water camo scheme. It's an interesting choice for that because that was basically a Fallschirmjäger camouflage pattern, so it's interesting to see regular Army wearing that because these guys are not SS. But I think there's 3 choices for vehicles. One of them is number 103, Unit Unknown, Eastern Front, early 1945. Here's one that's number 313, Unit Unknown, Western Front, December 1944. And the first one, which is the A variant, number 322, 655th, Heavy Anti-Tank Battalion, Western Front, December 1944. You'll notice they're all 3-color Dunkelgelb, Dunkelgrün or Olive-Grün, and Rot-Brown or Red-Brown striping. This one is the only one in the ambush scheme. Which one would I paint it in? I don't know, because I'm a ways out from being able to build this kit with all the projects I've got going on. But a really nice painting and marking guide. It is in Japanese, English, and German. And there's a really nice little layout of the vehicle. And this is this glossy color paper too, by the way. I love this paper. So they give you basically a separate booklet with the history of the vehicle and the painting and marking guide. I really like that. I hope you guys too do as well. Quick look at the instruction sheet. It's Tamiya. There's not going to be any surprises, but I just wanted to share. There's a really neat black and white photograph of the completed model on the front. Tool and color callouts, once again, all going to be Tamiya. And it's not a fold-out. Yay, it's a stapled booklet. I love that. So thanks again for Tamiya. So as with pretty much any Tamiya armor build, and for that matter, tank builds, It begins with the construction of the running gear, the road wheels, on into fenders, you name it. Of course, there's no turret in this vehicle. How many steps are there? You'll notice there are not very many steps to execute, things to execute per step. There's a total of 26, 27 steps. They probably could have shortened that somewhat. This is going to be a very simple build. You saw there's only about 3 or 4 sprues of plastic, so I don't anticipate there being any issues in assembling this kit. I'm sorry, I just don't really see the point in going through the instructions in a little more detail because it's really pretty basic, and you guys are very familiar with the Tamiya kit. Now, I did leave out one part of the build or the vehicle, and that is these tracks. Tamiya, the last few years, have been doing a combination of either the quote-unquote rubber band style tracks or the link in length, and this one just comes with the rubber band style tracks. But guys, these are also not a rehash. These are brand new tools. They actually have a 2014 date stamp on them, and they are quite possibly some of the best detailed single piece tracks I have ever seen. They're to replicate the lightweight version of these tracks, Panzer IV tracks. They are exquisite in detail, as good as any of the Dragon Styrene or DS tracks, I think is what they call them. They look great, and these are model glue, model cement friendly. Now, I'm going a little long here on the review. I apologize for that. The last thing I wanted to share with you is this detail up part set, and what it consists of is a metal barrel and the parts to build a complete gun and breech assembly. And is it necessary? Absolutely not. I thought it was a cool addition. It was about 10 or 12 bucks more. I went ahead and threw that on the order when I ordered it. I ordered 2 of them just like I did the kit. It's a turned aluminum barrel. You don't really need that, of course, because it's got the one-piece slide molded barrel. Just going to add a little bit of detail. But the complete gun assembly is nice. I've seen photographs of this completed model. It can be built so that the top comes off. That would be pretty cool, so that you could show the gun off in the interior. Now, of course, it doesn't have any interior detail. I would imagine someone at some date will probably offer an interior detail set, but I went ahead and got it just because I thought it was cool. So this would add, like I said, it's going to add about 12 to 15 bucks to the cost if you choose to do it. And by the way, I don't really think you need to. I'm just a bit of a Tamiya nerd, and I wanted it. So I've already gone way, way longer than I wanted to. I just wanted to get this review up and share this with you guys. I'm really grateful for you guys to watch this with me tonight. I hope everyone has a great Christmas, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.